So what's good, YouTube? It's Joel back at y'all with another video. So if you saw the intro video, I'm still at the same part. Like I'm literally recording this video right after. So yeah, obviously I still have the same fit and everything. Promise you, it's not a different day. It's the same day, literally 5 seconds apart. Um, so I'm coming at y'all with another video. My very I guess first actual video. Apologies if this ain't perfect, right? You see I'm at a park. Super windy today. It's like 50 degrees outside. So this video, I want to title it "Everything Will Be Alright," and the reason for that is because I just feel like, and this was me as well, like a few years ago before I started really diving into like self-development and just learning about myself and like the world around me, right? I just felt like so many of us used to go through life just uneasy, feeling nervous, feeling concerned, feeling worried, just like, just because we don't know what the future has in store. We just go through life, right? And travel through the unknown, and that can seem really scary, just not knowing what the future holds, right? But if you need a sign today, like I want this video to serve as a sign just to let you know that honestly, like everything will be all right, like everything's gonna be okay. And sometimes we just need that reminder, right? Regardless of what we're going through, regardless of what's happening around the world, right? I feel like from time to time we all need that reminder, just knowing that like everything's gonna be all right, like everything's gonna be okay. And I say that just because like there's so many amazing things that happen in life. Like there's so many things to be grateful for. Like we have so many blessings every day. Like it doesn't, like, miracles don't have to happen for you to feel blessed or feel grateful for where you're at, right? And even wherever it is that you're at right now, like that in and of itself is beautiful. Regardless of what's happening, right? It's like you have so many great things going for you, but like just you as a person, like you're so powerful. Like there's so much more to you that we often forget, like while we go through life. Like sometimes events will happen and we think that like we're not good enough or we're not deserving enough for something, or like whatever the case may be. But like I'm here to remind you that you are deserving of it, that you can have whatever it is that you want, right? And even if you're at a place now where you feel so far away from wherever it is that you want to go or whatever it is that you want to be in life, like I just remind you, like you're at the perfect place right now. Like wherever it is that you're at right now, like it's okay. Like you're exactly where you need to be and where you should be. And there's a beauty in understanding that and accepting that, because then it takes weight off your shoulders. You don't have to be the one to figure out all the details. You don't have to be the one to always make things happen. I firmly believe that there's a higher power that's working for us, that's here organizing all the events and circumstances and really aligning the things that we want out of life to give us the most beautiful experience, the most amazing experience possible. Like you begin noticing that once you start navigating through life, just from a curious standpoint, right? Just like being open-minded, but having your eyes wide open to just like seeing all the things that are happening. And I know like everyone has a story where like certain factors, variables, events, whatever it is, right? Like those circumstances all line up in order to deliver what it is that you've been wanting, or for things to line up with how you would like it to. I wanted to just come here with this video just as a reminder, let you know that regardless of what it is that you're going through, regardless of like what you're dealing with, that honestly like everything is going to be fine. Like everything is going to work itself out in the end. And it's like, even if things may seem difficult, even if things seem like they're falling apart, like I promise you, like everything is working itself out. You won't know how it's all meant to play out until it all plays out. Right? And that's sort of the challenge, right? Trying to navigate that, just trying to like remain patient, trying to stay in a place where you're trusting, right, the world and the universe, that it is really working out for you. but when it does work out, right, you'll then able to like look back and see how everything like played out, right? And then you just sort of like, oh, like that's how it was meant to unfold for me. I'll just share one, right? Since we're here, I'll just share one. A funny one. When it came to college, right? So there's a story that I'm gonna share with y'all, so y'all know that everything's working out. That I'm not just here like just lying to y'all or just like giving y'all false information. Like I'm not just out here capping. I promise. So this is a funny story. When it was time for me to go to college, so this was towards, how it is. It's like when you go to school, and then it's like by sophomore junior year they start telling you, oh, you gotta start thinking about college, you gotta start like applying this and the third. And I live here in New York City, so at the time right, at the time my dream was to go to, like, if I had to choose a college, right, I wanted to go to NYU. And that's just because it was here in the city. I wanted to stay close to home. And I remember, like, deep down, like, I had my mind made up, like, yo, it's NYU or bust. Like, that's where I'm going. That's where my mind's made up. Basically, my college advisor, he was basically telling me, oh, like, you have good GPA, like, you can also look at other schools too. Like, you should heavily consider like applying to Cornell. And when she said that, I was like, because she was a Cornell graduate, right? But I looked at her, I'm like, miss, you bugging. Like, like, bro, they're not gonna take me. Like, I done been in public school my whole life. Like, even though I did well in class, like, I know I'm getting there. Like, you crazy. And so she just, what I'm saying, like, she kept like basically sort of like nudging me to do it. And then at some point I'm like, all right, miss, like, I'll apply, like, it's whatever, right? I'll do it. But honestly, like, I was slacking the whole time, like, when it came with the application process, all that stuff. But she was on my behind, like, about it, like, getting everything done. And then I remember one day, he tells me, she was like, yo, all the paperwork is due on, like, Thursday, right? Well, let's say Thursday, like, afternoon, 2 o'clock, for example, right? That Thursday morning, I got sick. And so I remember going to the doctor. They checked me up, whatever. And then when we leaving, I was just, I was like, yo, like I gotta go back to my school. Like, if I got sick, like, normally you would stay home that whole day. But I was pressing. I was like, yo, like, I gotta go to school because, like, I gotta turn in these documents. And that's when I literally just show up to the building just to turn in the paperwork, and then I leave. And I just remember, like, it was a day of, like, fast forward, right, a couple weeks, whatever. It was a day of parent-teacher conference, but that was also the day that the colleges were gonna release, like, their whether someone got admitted into school or not, right? Like, the decisions. And I remember I opened up a decision for NYU. Like, this was after class. It was probably like, because we used to finish class around like 3:30. It's probably like 4:30. And I remember opening up the letter for NYU, and they basically rejected me, and I was like heartbroken. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, I was tight. Because I was like, yo, bro, like, why would this school not want me if, like, I'm crushing it, right? Like, this and the third. And it was super funny because literally after I got rejected from the school is when an hour later I got my letter from Cornell. I opened up the letter and it said, you got accepted. And that's when, like, I like didn't know how to react. Like, I was obviously ecstatic because it's like I was not even expecting to get into school like that. And, even though I never stepped foot on, like, Cornell's campus, let alone pretty much an actual college campus, right, I obviously knew that was a great school. It was an Ivy League, right? So I remember once I got the letter that I got accepted, my advisor, she stood right next to me. She was like, listen, you're not moving until you accept this letter because you're going to Cornell. So I basically didn't even have a decision, right? Like, she made the decision for me, and I signed on the spot. And it's crazy because, like, I look back at it, and that was probably the best thing that could have happened for me, because I was able, even though I was away from home, right, couple hours away from home, like, I was able to, like, learn how to be independent, right? I was put in a completely different space and environment that, like, I was accustomed to, right? In public school, it was always pretty much just minorities. Like, that was the bulk of the people there, right? But then going to a school like Cornell is just completely different demographic that, it was just a space that I just never been a part of, right? So it was like learning how to navigate a new space, but just growing as a person, just learning how to be a man, learning how to be independent, and um, of course, like the academic rigor was like significant a step above. Like I didn't even know how to study, right? So it was right. Even going to school there, it was a significant step above what I like done in high school. But like even like I learned so much about myself. Like I met people that are basically gonna be friends. I'm gonna be friends with for the rest of my life. Like people that are meant to be in my life. Uh, and yeah, it ended up being a lot better of an experience than like I feel like NYU could have ever done for me. So sometimes we think we have to be the ones to figure it out, or like sometimes we think we're so smart that like we know what's best for us, when in reality it's like there's a higher power that's organizing everything for you, and it's like you can want something, but it can deliver something that's like so much better than you could have ever even imagined. And that's something that like I've learned to trust in, and to of course I have questions, right? Because I'm going through life too, like I'm learning as I go. But like I've learned how to have trust in that, and to not really question it as much as I used to in the past. Like I feel like I used to be so fearful, so like I used to have doubts, just like just a lot of uncertainty. But now I'm just like, what, like why do I need to worry about that? Like why can't I just focus with what's in front of me? Like why can't I just try to enjoy this moment, try to be present, like just try to have fun? um because like I can only control me, right? I can only control my feelings, my emotions, like my thoughts. So it's like everything that's outside of me, it's like I don't need to worry about it. It's working itself out, right? That experience with Cornell, I look back at it. I remember I was a freshman in high school. I remember sitting at the back of like my science class, right? Ninth grade, we took living environment. And I was sitting at the back, and I see at the very top, there's like, the chalkboard, and then the teachers would have like these little like posters or whatever. And at the top, it would say like how to take Cornell notes. And one of those teachers was like a Cornell graduate as well. So, I was seeing those like subtle signs that was like, basically just like the signs of like, hey, this is what's in store for your future. And I looked at it, but I never really paid that much mind to it. Only when the decision happened, that's when like I immediately flashed back to that. And then I did my thing at Cornell. Grateful to have graduated. And it was a hell of an experience. So, and I think like I ended up getting the traditional college experience that I felt I wouldn't have gotten had I went to NYU. So I just wanted to, deliver that personal story. And I can always touch upon it again with like more detail in a separate video if you guys like want to know more about that story. But that was pretty much like the the overview of it all. And yeah, man, it's just that was a instance of things working out for me. I have so many more stories that, I mean, I don't want this video to be super long, so I'll just sort of leave it with that one story, and then the other examples I have, I could just put as separate videos. But I just wanted to start there, man, because it's just life is just so beautiful. Like life is so amazing. It it's our job to just make the most of it. And when you get to a point where you believe that everything will be all right and everything is all right, you can finally take a deep breath and just exhale, right? And you'll be able to find that peace. It's just like, you know what, I'm gonna just do what I gotta do, whatever it is that I can handle right now. Let me just focus on that, and everything else that like I don't have a plan for, or I don't know how it's gonna figure itself out or align itself out, you just leave it alone and say, you know what, like I'll leave that to a power greater than myself. And if you're atheist, right, whatever it is that you believe in, just have faith, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Just have faith that it's all working out. Just have faith that somehow, some way, if you're trying to figure something out, that a path will be revealed to you, right? Like if anyone has read the book The Alchemist, right? Like they talk so much about like omens, right? Like these signs. They talk about synchronicities, where it's just like an event happens where it just like helps push you towards whatever it is that your dream, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, whatever it is that you want to get out of life, right? Like these just instances of coincidence just happens at the right time, or in instances where you feel as though like you're gonna give up, like you get sort of like a nudge where it's like, no, like you should be back on this path because what we have in store is gonna be so much greater than you can even imagine. So I just, this video, I just want this to serve as a reminder to everyone out there that might be struggling, that might be going through tough times, man. Like, life is all about perspective, and I promise you, like, in any situation that you're dealing with, you can always find the positive in it, right? Like, events that happen, they're not good or bad, they just are. And it's us, like, we're the ones who give it meaning, right? Like, we're the ones who place it in buckets, whether like this event was good or this event was bad. It's like, no, events just are. And like, events are external, right? They happen outside of you. So events you can't necessarily control every single time, but like what you can control is you, right? You can control your thoughts, you can control your emotions, your feelings, right? And it's just when you get to the point in life where you just have faith, you just find that inner peace. Like, I don't know how it's gonna work itself out, I don't know how these things are gonna align, but it is, and it'll happen at the perfect time, at the right time, when I'm ready, when it's the perfect time that's perfect for me. Everything's gonna be taken care of. So I'll just leave this video right here. And I'm so excited to record my next video because literally I have just another instance. Like, this is like crazy, another instance that like just happened to my sister. It's definitely great news, so like nothing to be concerned about, but just like just a story that happened pretty much this week, where my sister, she was, things are getting tough for her, and I basically gave her reassurance, and then literally like a freaking miracle happens, right? And I look at that and I just laugh because I'm like, yo, like, this is exactly what I mean. Like, everything is working itself out all the time. So if you made it this far, if you made it to the end of this video, all I ask is, if you can like the video, leave a comment if you appreciate this, or comment any question, any thoughts. If you ever had experiences of like situations where it's lining up for you, or moments where you felt like you just trusted the universe, you trusted yourself, you trusted that everything was working itself out, and it does. Because I'm honestly interested in hearing what you guys have to say. Like, man, just life is just an amazing experience, and we give life meaning. So I'm saying, like, I just want this to be a super fun time for everyone. So I'm just stoked, super excited to be getting into YouTube. And yeah, like, this is definitely the beginning, but this won't be my last video. This is just a start. Gonna be pumping out so much more content, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. So please leave a like, comment, subscribe, definitely subscribe. I'm gonna be pumping out more content. There's so many things I want to talk about. Like, bro, I'm just getting started, but like, just thinking about like these topics, these videos, the things that I want to like really dive into, like, I just get super amped just even thinking about it. So it's like, I want to keep this going. Like, I want to keep the energy going with this, and just have the momentum. Like, I really want to like help people and make a difference, and really allow people to gain that power and that confidence back, that like, yo, like, no matter what's happening, like, I'm gonna be good and everything's gonna work itself out. So please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment if you appreciate this video, or if you want to tell your story. I want to read these comments. I want to read what you guys have to say. Turn on post notifications so you get notified right away when I drop content. And also, share this video. Please share this video with someone that you feel as though needs to hear this message. Because, man, like, everything is going to work itself out. Everything's going to be fine. Whatever it is that you're going through, if it's a bumpy ride, just hang on tight. It'll be over soon. Everything's going to work itself out. So please share this video with someone if they need to hear this message, because I know, like, sometimes we just need reminders. Sometimes we just need to be told that everything's going to be all right, for us to, like, recalibrate and get back on track, and like, like, really do what we have to do. So this means the world to me. Like, your support, It's greatly appreciated. Like it all mean the world to me. Um, so yeah, once again, it's Joel with my very, I guess, kind of first second video. uh, but more content coming soon. Love, peace.